Hi, Lisa Clark here from Therapy Art for You. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I have not been dropping too much content lately on my channel. It's been a crazy few months, but I am trying to get back to my norm, and my norm is art. I love to art. So drop that comment, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, all those fun things. I appreciate it. It encourages me to continue on. And I appreciate everybody who hits that subscribe button. So what we're doing this series is called the Coffee Series. And it's a chrome pitcher. It's a coffee grinder and a whole lot of coffee beans. Lots of coffee beans. I for the most part, I really did enjoy this piece. The details really were a lot. I had to take a lot of breaks, which I encourage. I encourage breaks. It helps you recenter and get back to doing what you want it to look like. So always take breaks. So the materials I used will always be listed in the description beneath the video. But real quickly, I'll go over it. I used a pastel board. I used pan pastels, black, white, and gray, mixture of. And I also used my polychromos, and then I also used my charcoal, black and white. So, but yeah, you'll see everything in the description. It's all listed there. The links are there. I receive no benefit from those links. They are simply there to help you find the materials that I use. That's all it is. So enjoy the videos, enjoy the coffee video series, and thanks for tuning in. And here we go. Okay, so this is the picture. I'm just going over real quickly, giving you some close-ups. Coffee beans. Oh, the coffee beans. That's the little coffee grinder. There's the pitcher, and it is all black, white, grayscale. So quickly, I'm going to go over the pastel board that I use, which is a 12 by 12, and love this. You got to try it. My pan pastels, I used the black, I used the white. There we go. I think I did use a little of the gray too, but anyway, these are the soft tools. I use the soft sponge, soft brand. They go great with the pans. And then of course the tools with the little sponge covers. And those are the materials that I used. Okay, boom. So what I did was I traced it on this pastel board. And now I'm going to start applying the black pan pastel. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm using the soft sponge, and I'm just going to speed this up because, you can kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. It's okay to go over the tracing. You want that. It reduces like a halo effect around the picture, the pitcher and the coffee grinder and the other items. Now I will have to go back and forth and retouch the background, unfortunately, because I do prefer to paint with the pan pastels and my charcoal and my pencils on the flat surface. I have a hard time doing anything on an easel. But anyway, so there's pros and cons to it. The bad part is, as you are applying the pastels, it will have a little dust, and when I go to blow it off, it goes onto the black surface behind the picture. So I have to retouch it. But anyway, here I'm using this soft tool, and I'm applying white pan pastel to the areas that I feel like have the most highlighted areas on the picture. And again, I'm speeding the video up because, well, otherwise it's too long. So anyway, I'm applying where I want highlights to be so I can remember where they are on the various pieces in this picture. So everybody has their own technique. This is just the way I prefer to do it. And I am a stickler. I will go back and forth to the same spot. I do it all the time. And I move around a lot. And I do that mainly because I tend to get a little bit bored or something. I don't know. I just dance around the picture. That's just where my brain takes me, and that's where I end up going. So, yeah. I know it's probably more information than you needed to know, but yeah. So what you're going to see me do is just apply highlights, maybe a little bit of black here and there. I'm just trying to determine where everything's going to be placed. Although I am using a reference photo, This does, to me, in my mind, this doesn't have to be exactly like the reference photo, but I do need the reference photo to show me how big the handle is, how where the coffee beans lay, the size of the coffee beans, shadowing effects, lights and darks and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind when, when you're drawing too. I mean, depending on what your technique is, if you're looking for photorealism, which is usually my comfort, yours might be a little more abstract, so you'll just do a different whole take on it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Art, to me, there's no wrong answer. As long as you're doing it, hey, you're learning and you're going forward. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just hitting where things need to sit, where I want things to be, where the shadows are, where the shiny parts are. And then I'm just going to slowly manipulate my pastels to do what I need them to do. So it's just a learning thing, it's experience. You just keep going and going. I'm not a professional. I don't sell my art. I do it just simply because I like to do it. I like to do art, and I like to share it. So yeah, that's what this channel is about, sharing. So over here, I decided, oh yeah, I forgot. There's some coffee beans sitting in this little coffee grinder opening. So I want to decide where and how I'm going to place those, put my highlights, and yeah, this is all pan pastel work right now. I tend to use pan pastels for more detail than I think most people do. They can be a little tricky for detail, but if you use the edge of the sponge, like I'm doing right there, you can actually get pretty decent lines. But also keep in mind, if like this is a 12 by 12, so I have a lot of space. It's not huge, but I've got a decent amount of space, and that allows more detail. The bigger the space is, the more detail you can put in. 12 by 12 isn't huge, but it's not tiny either. It's not like a 5 by 7 or something like that. So it allows me to put a little more detail in using my pan pastels. So here I'm deciding, you know what, there's some shading here, there's some darkness here. And at this point, I still didn't know if I was going to make this a smooth metal grinder as the reference photo shows. Later, I did decide to make it look more like a copper surface. So that actually turned out pretty good. I like the way it turned out. So yeah, a lot of little details, back and forth. I'm just manipulating things right now, trying to decide how I want things to lay. It's just a lot of patience. I end up changing a few things here and there, which you'll see as we move forward on this series. Everything I used will be in the description beneath the video. Hit those links. It'll tell you how to get those same materials. I don't benefit from them. Those links, they're just there to share. That's all I'm doing. I'm just sharing where I get my material. Most of it's from Amazon. But yeah, some from Blick. That's also a very good, reputable art supply. So we're ending the first video of the series. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.